What's happening, everybody? It's Shy Panther of the Shy Panther and Friends Show. Come on in, sit back and relax and enjoy. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody, to the Shy Panther and Friends Show. I am your host, Shy Panther. The Shy Panther and Friends Show is here to celebrate music and culture. And this season, we are about raising awareness for the cultural heritage of the blues, which brings me to today's guest. We have none other than Holle Thee Maxwell.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Holle. We are
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her before we get into the interview, everybody. And first off, I want to say we are so fortunate to have you and just too excited. Ms. Holle Thee Maxwell, now professionally known, Holle Maxwell, now professionally known as Holle Thee Maxwell, has been performing since the age of 5. She graduated from Roosevelt University and then Juilliard School of Music. She has been awarded legendary status by the Chicago Blues Hall of Fame, City Council, correction, everybody, Chicago City Council, and Mayor Rahm Emanuel. She continues to live in Chicago, Illinois, in the USA, of course, and she intends to write a more comprehensive autobiography called All Kinds of Rape, From Opera to the Blues. All right, let's open up the show.
All right.
Now we can, first of all, your book called Freebase Ain't Free, and is right behind us, everybody. And as you can see, my book is full of Post-its. It is.
Yeah, it's going to be one here.
Falling over in Post-its. But, you know, I think we can hit the highlights, but most of all, everybody, we have to, this platform is to allow people to be relaxed and we can have a conversation about their story, their journey. And Ms. Holle Maxwell has an incredible story to share. Now, I like to think about her telling her story as before Ike Turner and after Ike Turner, and I'm of course I'm going to let her get more into that. But I think you have an amazing life, and it began with as a baby. You modeled as a baby.
Yeah.
And
I won a baby contest.
Yes.
They thought my mama had a doll in the carriage.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they did. They didn't want to give her the award because they thought that she had put a doll in the carriage.
People are so crazy. I mean, that's all I can say. People are really, really crazy.
Guess what? I said, I started out weird. Somebody thinking I'm a doll. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
You know, but honestly, and I could, anything I talk to you about, I've got pictures. I've got a file cabinet with nothing but pictures and newspaper articles and all. So anything that I tell you about, I can back it up, and that's why I'm writing this last book. I call it my last book, because I'm gonna have everything in it. I'm gonna put everything in it. I'm gonna talk about everybody. I'm gonna tell on everybody. But my experiences, Gail. Oh my God! I look back.
Okay.
I don't know how I did half the things I did. I know it had been God infested. You hear me?
Yeah. You guys. I'm recommending that you get this book. Freebase Ain't Free. Because Holly's story, it is bigger than one person's life to me. If you read it, it's just bigger than one person's life. So, I mean, and your mom had incredible vision for you. She's a Northwestern University grad, dad, a Tuskegee University grad.
Yeah.
And mom recognized your talent.
Yes.
And she insisted that you study opera and piano.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was. She made that a mandatory.
Okay.
She and took modeling lessons, voice lessons, piano lessons, speech lessons, What else did I take? I was a majorette for the Ida B. Wells. I was the lead majorette for the Ida B. Wells back in 1902.
No, you were not. Now, you were in high school, was it Tourettes? How did
Tourettes.
Tourettes.
Yeah. That was,
Okay.
my mom gave us that name. We was a 4 girls singing group.
Okay.
You know, but they argued about everything but music. So I said, I ain't gonna do that no more. So there was Deborah, Mary, and Jeanette. I remember their names. And honestly, we were good. Oh, we were good, but they just argued too much for me. I don't like arguing.
Okay.
You know, I'm peaceful. You know,
Okay.
until you rub me the wrong way.
Oh, well. So, and I see you had wrote a couple songs. Your first one was about a boyfriend, and the next one was about mom.
What the song? The first song I wrote was David. What made me do that?
Excuse me.
He probably dead and gone. Don't even know
That you
I
wrote.
cared about it.
Oh, you never shared with them?
Never did.
Oh.
Never did. I was shy.
Yeah. Oh.
Would you believe?
I'm like,
nobody
wait a
would
minute.
believe that. I
Wait.
know you don't believe that
Oh.
one. Oh my God, yeah, I was real shy. When growing up, I was shy. All I wanted to do was sing, and just be left alone. And
Yeah.
but when I hit the stage, I was like,
that's when
I
that's
was
when
like, yes.
yeah.
But other than that, I was quiet. I was quiet.
I tell people about that a lot. Shy people have a lot of talent, and we do what we want to do.
Right.
We need to be out there. We will get out there.
Right. And yeah, I wasn't scared. Never scared. In fact, I get mad if it wasn't if the house wasn't full.
Okay.
I wouldn't sing. My mom, there was a show called Connie Baxter's Talented Tots, and my mama had me on the show, and I'm standing there like this, and she said, "Mama is background come."
You better sing.
And I looked at her and said, "Do you know they had to stop the show and go get they had to go get some of the producers and some of the people that work there to sit in the audience."
So that you could feel an audience presence.
Right. I wouldn't sing until them seats was full.
Oh. Okay.
Then I just started singing. They had to catch up with me with the music. Yeah, I think I was 5 or 6 years old doing that.
Wow.
And the modeling, I graduated when I was 6 from it was a black company called Rujak School of Modeling, and it was on 80 something in Cottage Grove. And the Bud Billing Parade, I got pictures of all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was a little girl with a bathing suit on and all the big all the big fine girl models. Yeah. And I was the pet. I was the pet. And we was on a float, Bud Billing Parade, whole bit. Rujak School of Modeling.
Wow. So we're gonna move on into the story a little bit. Now you started slipping out.
Yeah, you know I do that. You had to bring me back.
Yeah.
Cause it's so much.
Okay.
Yeah, so bring me back.
So you slipped out to the Regal to see Mary Wells.
Yep.
And that purple and white polka dot dress that stuck out in my head.
That's right. That's what she had on. It was purple. The background was purple on the bottom with white polka dots.
Okay.
And on top, it was purple polka dots with white background. I reversed it because I love that polka dot dress. And I went and I told the manager, I knocked on the door. His name was Herb Hopkins at the time. And I knocked on the door. I said, he opened the door. He said, "Yeah, man, help you." I said, "I can sing better than her." He said, "What?" I said, "I can sing better than her." He said, "Who?" I said, "Mary Wells." He said, well, do you know how to say hello? I said, "Hello, but I can sing better than her."
As soon as he opened the door, that's what you said.
That's what popped out my mouth. I didn't say hello, how you doing, or can I talk to you, or what? Anyway, so he ended up being my manager.
Yes.
Yeah, he ended up being my manager,
Uh-huh.
and he remade me, and you know how they remade you. What do you call it? Makeover.
Yes.
Yeah, he did a makeover and everything. Then he fell in love with me.
Lost his mind.
Guess what? The show did. No, that's terrible. But anyway, that's what happened. That'll be in the book. I'll explain that.
Yeah. We don't want to give away too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, what else you want to know, girl? 'Cause
Well,
I can just go on.
I
and
know.
on
I
and
know.
on.
Now I wanted to touch on something too because you started to get booked at clubs, and then you met someone named Bilbo, and he was a pimp.
Yes.
But what people don't realize is like, how she get to meet a pimp like just like that? Well, at those times in the '60s, that's who were in the clubs.
That's right. The pimps and the ladies of the night, especially black clubs.
Yeah.
Then don't think they weren't in white clubs either now, because
They were
the fact
everywhere.
that they was everywhere. They were call girls on Rush Street.
Yeah.
They were call girls going running into Mr. Happy Medium and the London House, you know, and they was making their money. Palmer House. In fact, I had a girlfriend. I had a friend who was a doorman at the Palmer House, and my girlfriend, that's what she did, right? I got her in the Palmer House. So she bring her money to me. Well, what kind of stuff is that? See what I'm saying, girl? Just
Things happen.
things just happen, you know. And that's
Right.
another story.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
then we move into. So we're gonna move around a little bit, y'all.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give away the book. If you want to read it, you want to know. You want to know details. You're gonna have to buy this book and read it because it is super. It's so good. That's all I can tell you. And she is written very vividly, so we can visualize everything she's saying. She brings us on the journey with her.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. And so we're gonna move through a little bit.
Okay.
Now we are moving on to graduated from Roosevelt, and we started trying to, I guess, get published with the labels. And we run into a couple of things, and I mean, there are lots of stories in the music world about getting published with the labels, getting played on the radio, first of all. So I think we should talk a little bit about that.
Well, this story I've told before, and I can't remember whether it's in the book or not, but it's going to be in my next book. I was with Chess Records.
Okay.
And lady by the name of Jackie Ross. She had a song called Selfish One. Anyway, they blackballed her. And they ended up wanting me to sing her songs. And I wouldn't do it. Because those songs were written for Jackie Ross. They were not written for Holle Maxwell at that time. Holle with the Y. And the reason why I put the Y on it, I have to say this, is because Holle, they was calling me Hole, and they was calling me Holle. So I had to put
You
the
had
Y.
to get that straight.
Yes, I had to put the
Yeah.
Y on the name.
All
Okay.
right.
Now, now I'm back, and I pronounce it correctly, Holle Thee Maxwell. That's my own name. Okay, you didn't ask me all that, did you? Okay, but you
Well,
know
we
what?
need to
Back
know.
to chess. Anyway, they would not. They would not write any songs for me. So I asked for release. Okay, because you're not going to hold me and not do anything for me. Anyway, they didn't want to give me a release, right? So me and my mom come in the door with a 2x4 in the back. And I jumped on the desk and said, okay, what's it going to be? And anyway, I got my release. Make a long story short.
That's how you handle business back then.
Yeah, right. You know, and boy, listen here. I remember this guy talking about me and my mom. He said we was at, I have to interject this because it's funny. We was at Isola's on 79th Street. And I just got through, me and my mom just got through fighting. Because one of the girls was saying she was jealous of me. And she started harassing me and talking about me and calling me names and something. And the next thing I know is I was going out the door. I had a limousine driver, white limousine driver. He used to take me everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, I've been so fortunate. People have loved me so much, Gail. And I've been very fortunate. Anyway, he used to drive me around in the limo.
Okay.
Anyway, we getting ready to go out the door because of this harassment coming, me and my mom. And he went and got the limo, and we trying to get out of there, right? Mm-hmm. And it was at the, used to be the Matador on 75th Street. Okay, you don't know nothing about that.
No.
It's the 50-yard line now.
Ah, okay.
Okay. But anyway, we trying to get out of there, and finally, some girls came in the door, and the girls behind the door, and my mama was walking in front of me, right out the door. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, the girl reached at my hair because it was a wig. I took the wig off. I said, "You want this?" and bam! Next thing, my mama said, "Uh-oh, a fight." Mama took that pocketbook. There was a girl coming at me. Mama took the pocketbook. She always carried a brick. She always carried a brick in her pocket.
In the purse.
And she took that pocketbook. The girl was 6 foot tall. Mama reached up, bam. So anyway, we got out of there. And I'm shocked the police wasn't called and all that. But anyway, the guy that drove the limousine and the other gentleman that was with us, they rushed us out and got us in the car, right? Uh-huh. We went over to Izola's to just cool out, just have breakfast. And this one guy stood up. He said, "You know what? There's one thing I want to tell everybody in this restaurant." He got everybody's attention in the restaurant. He said, "You don't mess with the McCoys and the McCombs and the Maxwells."
Because you will have trouble.
Yes. I had to tell you that story.
Now I want to ask you too, because you said that she was jealous of you and saying things about you. Was that an issue when you guys when you were booked at clubs and there were? Because I'm asking the question because now we find that a lot of women blues singers, we don't know a lot of their names. I don't, and I'm hearing it that they don't get as much billing as the men.
No.
So is there what's the issue?
Let me say this too to clear this up. I'm not a blues singer.
Okay. Let me get that straight.
I'm a musical person. Because from the opera to the blues. Okay. And what happened was I came back to take care of my mom, and all of our R&B clubs were closed. And a lot of our jazz clubs were closed.
I get it. Okay.
So I had to go to the blues. That's what happened.
That's how you got to the blues.
That's how I got to the blues.
Yeah. Because I heard a lot of your music. Yeah. And you had beautiful voice. Yeah. And that was something I was going to ask. Because as we get into the book, you work with Ike Turner, you work with Jimmy Smith. Right. And and I remember too, from the very beginning, when we spoke on the phone, you told me that you were a legendary vocalist. Right. So, okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up.
But to answer your question about the women have not gotten the accolades and the respect that they should get. Blues women. They are part of the foundation, the structure. Let me say this. Let me really get deep. In America, the black woman has always been free. You hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And our black men have not. Okay? Mm-hmm. We are the foundation of everything, black women. We are. And nothing goes on really without us. Mm-hmm. A lot of us don't know that, though. I know it, and I live it because of the fact that hadn't it been for my mom, a black woman, married my daddy, a black man who they were very unusual back then in the Tuskegee Institute.
Yes.
That back then, guess what? My mother always told me, whatever you do, remember that you run this. She told me that. And that's been in me, and that's the reason why I was always different and set apart from everybody else. I had a different understanding about life.
I get it.
Okay, blues women, they come from tragedies. They come from hardships. They come from my man done left me. Girl, my man leave me is because I done ran him off. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so so my point is,
Excuse me. Go ahead.
they do not respect. America does not respect black blues women as they should. And we are the foundation of the blues, baby.
Yes, we are.
You hear me?
Yes.
I don't care what nobody says. But now,
Absolutely.
the men are not getting the respect. They think that they're not getting the respect they need to get. And so what they do is they ignore us. Would you believe that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the truth. The black musicians, blues musicians, they don't really lift us up. They really don't. And that's the reason why you see so many white musicians coming in, white women coming in, but white men coming in. They taking the blues. Guess what? They done took us, we all in hip hop country. Hear me?
Yes.
Now, what Beyonce has done, God bless her. God bless her, because now she done opened the door for this black senior citizen woman to be the first black senior citizen woman in the country.
All right now.
Because that's what I'm working on, is my country
Right.
CD. But back to what you were saying, black musicians don't get the respect that white musicians get all down through the ages. Simple as that.
Okay. And it's okay, that clears up that whole misconception about women. Well, it's true that women don't get their due, but looking at the larger picture, none of the black musicians get especially in the blues community.
No,
that music.
That's right.
Yeah.
No. And if I don't know if you listen to US 99.
Sometimes I do. Yes.
Keep it on there. You're going to hear hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this one boy, Dan Shay. I made me stop in the middle of the street talking about, what did he say? He said, oh, what was it? Speechless. Y'all go listen to Speechless. I'm not promoting nobody's music, but I bet you ain't going to believe he white. He's a talented soul. And they got him all in our music. You wouldn't believe it. Speechless by Dan Shay. I'm just being straight up honest.
Okay.
You know, now is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yes. But you know what? That is a big part of, a very important part of, what you're talking about. And it brings me back to, we can move in a little bit, but as far as the label, you said that you were treated well at Curtom, at Curtis Mayfield's label.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They had a respect for my talent.
Okay.
That's number one. And number two is Curtis wrote, what's the song? No One Else, at Suffer, for me, because I had that high, I could reach them notes like Minnie Riperton.
Okay.
Can't do it now. Okay, that's over. No, I had a thyroid gorda operation.
Okay.
Anyway, but I can show Ride on the Rhythm and sing one note. That's why I'm going to do country, because that's all they did. To just ride on the rhythm, talk, sing. That's all they do. They just talk, sing on, and just ride on the rhythm and tell a story.
Yes.
That's what
they're
they do.
Definitely.
And have I got some stories to tell?
You do.
See?
Absolutely,
Okay.
you do.
So, but Curtom Records, they were very, very cognizant of my talent, and I have a respect for Curtis. I have respect for the Impressions, because of the fact that they were not like the ordinary musicians you run into. Sometimes They won't tell you this, but I will. In order to get a hit record, sometimes you got to do a whole lot of things you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on how bad you want it.
Right.
Well,
it's still like that.
It's still
very much so.
Yeah.
And that's what happened when you were trying to get music played at VON, run into Purvis Band and Eat Rodney Jones.
Mm-hmm. And because I would not lay down with them, just being straight on out, I was blackballed in the city of Chicago with records. I would cut a record, play 2 weeks off the air. Cut a record, go to this company. Cut a record, 2 weeks off the air. And I had no idea that was happening to me because I could sing. I didn't need a record. You see what I'm saying? So would you believe I never sang none of them records I recorded on stage? Never did, except for one time, No One Else I did over at, and this was about 2 years ago at the Promontory. No One Else, I did that one. And Only When You're Lonely, I did that one when, that was before the pandemic. These people came from England, and, I'm what they call a Northern Soul Star in Europe. So they came to England to see me, and I did Only When You're Lonely. I never sang any of the songs I recorded on stage.
Wow.
And because I didn't need them.
Right. You were super popular with the clubs.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what I should have did. Was sing my records.
Right.
Ain't nobody tell me that. My mama definitely ain't gonna tell me because she still want me to sing opera.
Well, it's obvious that she supported you.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
All of my clothes she made.
Yes.
My stage clothes, my street clothes, she made. I don't know if you saw that picture of me on Facebook with the earrings, the hat.
I don't know. I saw so many pictures.
Oh,
I'm sure.
That hat with the rhinestones on it and all that.
Oh, yeah. I did.
The earrings, she made the earrings, and I still have them.
Oh,
Yeah, she made those earrings.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, she made those earrings, and I've got so much stuff that she did.
That is so beautiful. That is straight up star material.
Yeah.
Hey, now, people, we're gonna talk as much as we can about the rest of everything. Now we're gonna move into going on to Vegas. You went to Vegas with Bilbo, and he took you to see Ike and Tina Turner at Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Because, I had an interview somewhere else, and I told him I can't remember how I got there. But you just reminded me. Yep, I lied to my mama and got away from her and went with Bilbo to Vegas to see Ike and Tina Turner. And we were in the dressing room. And I'm looking all around, I'm starstruck. I'm here, And I told you about what I told my mom when I was a kid.
Oh, yes.
I have to say this. I told my mom that Ike was what I needed. I saw him on TV. And later on that evening, I told my mother I was going to sing with Jimmy Smith. And my mama shined me on because I'm singing opera, right? Anyway, but here I am now, later on down the line, in the dressing room of Ike Turner. And wow. And then all of a sudden the room stood still because there was something going on there. And if y'all want to know what it is, read the book.
That's right. Can't give away too many details.
Right, read the book. It was about, but that's when I discovered that Ike was not the bad guy. That's all I got to tell y'all right now. He was not the bad guy. And I didn't know him from Freddie with a hole in his head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was not the bad guy. Trust me on that. And that's why I wrote this book, Freebase Ain't Free, because of the fact he got a dirty deal. He got a raw deal. He had no idea, and I'm just going to say that Tina was sick. That's all I'm going to say about that. Read the book, y'all. Oh, you can get it at paypal.me/Freebase Ain't Free.
All right. Now, I want to ask, let's see, what can I ask you without giving away too much? Well, I will just say November 3rd, 1977 proved to be faithful, very faithful day. And that's when you met Joan and you met.
I knew Joan.
You okay.
I knew Joan, but years later, after predicting that I needed Ike, and years later, after predicting that I was going to sing with Jimmy, November the 3rd, I met both of them the same day.
Yes.
Same month, same year, and got hired by both of them the same month, the same day, same year, November the 3rd.
That's amazing.
You know what? God is something.
Yes.
You hear me? God is awesome. And I went from singing rock and roll 1 minute and jazz the next. Can you imagine somebody standing up talking about, look at me.
Now.
As a kitten of it. I said, rolling, rolling on the river. Girl, do you know I don't know how I did that? I must have been stoned out of my mind.
And that brings me to when you said you were on the stage singing Misty at the Regal. And I went back because you asked me, have you checked out my Wikipedia? I'm like, oh, because I'm so into the book.
Right.
I'm like, shoot, I don't need to read nothing else. But then, of course, I went over there and I checked it out. And I thought it was hilarious that you said the people were upset that you were singing Misty.
Oh, that was in that was at a club called Peyton Place.
Oh,
on 39th between Indiana and Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I think it's a barber school or something.
Something now, okay.
But anyway, I went in there. My mama done made me all this little dress and stuff. You know, I was sharp. Went in there, I had my hair all done and everything. I got up, High Five White. He was the MC.
Okay.
He introduced me. I went up there and I had my hands like this. Mind you, I'm in a blues club on 39th Street. You got this picture?
Yes.
I'm with my hands
all
like
prim and proper.
I turned around, looked at the band, I said, Misty, in the key of E flat, please. The drummer, his name was Sam, called him Savage Boy, right? He hit the drum, bam! And he fell out. He just fell out because, you know, where did she come from, right? And they looked at each other. I'm trying to figure out what y'all laughing at. And I didn't talk like this at all. I said, Misty, please. Oh, Lord have mercy. James Wheeler, he was the guitar player. The name of the band was the Jaguars. They struck out on Misty. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. And I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty, just holding your hand. All of a sudden, these apples and oranges came at me, girl, bananas, and then they went to the old Lord, and I went to ducking, and all of this band went to ducking, everybody went to ducking up there. And I ran off the stage, and tears in my eyes. And I ran into the dressing room and to hide and stuff. And High Five White, I never will forget, God bless his soul, rest in heaven. He said to me, you know what's wrong with you? I said, well, he said, you ain't got no soul. I ain't got no what? You ain't got no soul. What is that? I had no idea what he was talking about.
Okay.
So at the time I was married to my first husband. And I came out the dressing room and I was still in tears. He put me in a coat and put me in the car. And I went home and I was just devastated. I was so devastated. You cannot believe how crushed I was. And my husband said, you got to learn how to not sing. I said, huh? He said, you sing too much. He said, you got to learn how to not sing. Gail, I had no idea what he was talking about. He said, go listen to Gladys Knight and Aretha and them.
Okay.
He said, they ain't singing. He said, they hollering in tune. I said, what? So I listened to Janis Joplin. I listened to Gladys. I listened to Aretha. I listened to, who was another one? What's her name? Give me something to talk about. What's her name? Let's give him something.
Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie Raitt. I listened to them. And he was right. They weren't singing. I'm holding notes perfectly. That comes from the opera.
You're classically
trained. That comes
trained.
from the classically trained. Right?
Yes.
And guess what? I'm breathing in the right places. I'm putting the ing on words instead of in. Oh, man. Listen, I stayed in the house 6 months, Gail. I would not come out of the house. I brainwashed myself, man, and broke myself down. I did. I broke myself down musically to get this feeling, because I didn't have that feeling. And to be honest, I still don't have that kind of feeling. But there's certain songs I can do, certain songs I can't do.
Right.
I got, anyway, I was in the house. My husband comes in about 5-6 months later. I said, baby, I got it. He said, what you got? I said, I got it now. He said, let me hear it. I said, what you want? Baby, I got it. My husband said, you ain't got a damn thing. Victor Mayho. That was Victor Mayho. Ivan, that's where that Mayho came from. That was Victor Mayho.
Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious.
He said, you ain't got a damn thing. Hurt my feelings. I went in the bedroom and cried because I can sing. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I didn't know what was wrong.
So how did you finally get it though? Because you got it.
What I did. See how I'm talking now?
Yeah.
I didn't talk like that. I had to break my whole training down.
Okay.
And teach myself not to sing. I had to reverse it. Oh, yeah, I had to reverse everything I learned. I had to reverse it. Hear me?
Yes,
I even had to learn how to talk like this. If you had heard me talk before, let me tell you something. When I gotta say this. When I was with Ike, he would put me on the phone, right, because I had a white voice. Good morning. Mr. Turner isn't in right now. May I speak? May I take a message, please? See, that's normal to me. That was normal to me. I had to learn how to reverse all of that to what you hear now.
Right.
Now, finally, I get it. I went back to Peyton Place where they threw the apples and oranges at me.
Okay.
My husband said, you got more nerve. I said, baby, I got to do this.
You got to do it. Right.
I went back there. I put my hands like this again. When they saw me coming, they said, oh, no. I put my hands up like this. I turned around. I said, respect, please. The drummer hit the drum. Bam, not again. I said, respect, please. Key of C. And they hit it. Bang, 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 bang. I said, what you want, baby? I got it. And guess what? Everybody went up there. The whole house went up. Because I had it. I had it. And guess what? I had it so good. I had custard curls on top of my head. because they came off. So I just took them, threw them in the audience, and kept on singing. That's what happened.
Right. And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
All right.
Yeah, the rest is history.
What a journey to become the singer you are.
Oh,
it really is. So now we're going to jump into a little bit of meeting Ike Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was interesting when I got the book. I didn't really know what to think. As you said, the title, Freebase Ain't Free. And then I thought, well, I wonder why she chose to tell her story like parallel to Ike Turner. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when I read, after reading the book, there's no way that you could tell your story, your journey in music without mentioning him.
That's right.
So
that's absolutely right. Here's a man that he was a musical genius, and I finally got this in my head, working with Jimmy Smith, who to this date, even though he's passed away, he's still the greatest organist, jazz organist in the world. Mm-hmm. So when you work with two people like that, you must be. I figured I'm a genius too. That's that. I mean
yeah.
That's got to be a musical genius. I'm a musical genius. I come from opera all the way to the blues, and didn't get into the pitfalls of all the drugs and the prostitution and I'm just calling it just like it is. I didn't fall into all of that. I didn't try some of that, but I had a talent, and I knew I had a talent, and I was not going to destroy that. I was not going to be into self-destruction. Mm-hmm. You know, Ike would let me see everything. I mean, everything. And then he would watch to see how I handled it.
Yeah,
he would watch. Yeah, like he would watch to see how I handle stuff.
Yeah, because there's certain things that are described in the book that I would have been running. I'd still be running. I'd still be running. And you were like, you walked right up,
right up the stairs.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Guess what? Ain't gonna stop me from doing what the hell I come here to do. Went right, and he would set me up like that to see my reactions and see how I'm gonna handle. Mm-hmm. And he used to tell me, "Spook, you something." You know why he called me Spook? Because of that Watergate. The spook sat by the door, didn't know what was going on.
Oh. He was like, she don't even have a clue. But you did. You did and you didn't.
Right.
Because it was, that entire world was, that really, the world described, that was very foreign to you. I think it would be foreign to anybody who wasn't into that.
You know, man, and guess what? I'm riding in private jets.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm around Mick Jagger, and I'm around Bill Withers. And I'm around all these kind of people. But guess what? I handled it. I came out smelling like a rose, pal, because I could sing. Wasn't nothing else gonna stop me from singing. I wasn't gonna get in all of this. I wasn't gonna get in all that. I wasn't gonna do that over there, and I wasn't gonna do this over here. And I was just tunnel vision,
right?
Because I knew I could sing. That's the gift that God gave me, and I was not going to be self-destructive. That's it. That's the best way I can explain that, Gail.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, of course, Freebase ain't free, and there was a lot of drugs, a lot of everything going on. And I did ask, how did you navigate it all and stay? Really, you were in it, but not a part of it.
Right. I was in it, but not of it.
That's right. You made sure, and the clear vision was, I can sing, I have talent. I'm not going to destroy that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I even tried to throw a girl out the window and I almost dropped her.
Excuse me.
Guess what? I shouldn't have been playing like that. Ike had to come and save me. Ike did. He had to come and help me pull her back in the window. She tried to steal his money and his whatever, and I wasn't gonna let that happen. I was ride or die, pal.
Yeah. Through and through.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, let's see. Well, let's see. What can I talk about that won't give too much of the book away? I'm trying to remain very cognizant of that.
Well, let me say this: the man that gets me now, boy, look at here. You're gonna have a hell of a ride now.
I know that's right. I know it. Let me
I wasn't
think.
supposed to say that, was I? Well, anyway.
Well, no, yes, you can
it.
say it. You definitely can say it. I do want to say something about when you like at every time you like with your interaction with Ike is like, well, why are you here? To sing. You made that clear with Jimmy Smith. What do you think you're doing? Like Holly wound up on the stage and she was singing and you said, I'm singing. And that was your whole thing all the way through. And the thing about your expectation or their expectation of you were thinking about, okay, well, I'm here now, I'm accepted into the band, but am I being accepted into the band? Is it they're going to be looking at me like, is she going to be like Tina? Am I supposed to act like that or sing like that? And it was an entirely different thing. It was, they welcomed you as you.
Right.
And you were never expected to be anyone but yourself.
Right.
You were encouraged to be yourself.
That's right.
And that's super important, especially with a band with that much history.
Yes.
Of having a particular lead person.
Yeah.
And you came in and you were accepted and
Yeah. I and you're not gonna believe this. When he told me to go sing, you know what I sang?
What?
Memories like the corners of my mind. You know what he said? That's what I'm talking about. I said, guess what? Everybody looked at him, trying to figure out what you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kept singing. After I did my little singing, I went into the, where the board is. The room where the board is.
Okay.
And he sat me down. He said, you can do what I need you to do. I said, sing jazz? He said, no. He said, but only a jazz singer can do what I need you to do. I'm still sitting there looking like, what the hell is he talking about? He says, I never will forget this as long as I live. He said, black folks is on the 2 and the 4. White folks is on the 1 and the 3. I'm still sitting there trying to figure out what he's talking about. He said, you got the roots of a tree, you got the bark, the trunk of the tree, you got the limbs of the tree, and you got the leaves of the tree. Mm-hmm. Okay? Do you know what that is? Do you know what I'm talking about right now? Yeah.
No.
Okay, good. I'm sitting there. What is he talking about? He said, you can do exactly what I want you to do because you got the roots, you know the trunk, you know the limbs, and you know the leaves of a tree. I say, okay. He said, sing that song again. I sang it again. He said, there it is right there. I'm trying to figure out what. Let me tell you what he meant. I'll tell you all this much. Okay. Let's take memories. Okay. Memories like the corners of my mind. You hear this beat? Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. That's the roots. Memories like the corners of my mind. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. That's the trunk. Here the limbs. Memories like the corners of my mind. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Now here's the leaves. Memories like the corners of my mind. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were.
Wow.
Well, why in the hell couldn't he tell me about quarter notes, 2/4 notes, 2/4 notes? You understand? I understood that technically.
Yes.
But I ain't never heard no tree and no music. So we got along because he understood quarter notes, 16th notes. 16th note, 32nd notes are the leaves. 16 notes are the branches, are the limbs. Quarter notes, 2/4 notes, I'm sorry, are the trunk, and 4/4 is the roots. See, I can explain it like that.
Right.
But he couldn't.
Wow.
But that's how we got along. Because I knew it technically, but he knew it from his own understanding. That's what made him a genius.
Right. Yeah. I see different places in the book where, I don't know, maybe people were questioning, well, why did you stay with him, or why this or why that? And you said you couldn't explain it. But a few places you did. You said he never asked you to do anything that was against your will.
Right.
He never disrespected you.
Right.
And you said that your bond was music.
Right. And
your creativity.
He never lied to me.
And he never lied. Okay.
He never lied to me. He didn't care if it was going to hurt my feelings or whatever. He never lied.
He was very open. You saw him as himself.
Yes.
And actually, well, in the world saw him as himself. Even on interviews, he didn't hide.
No, he didn't.
And I'm going to say this. I saw one of his interviews where the interviewer was asking, well, did you ever, hit Tina? Did you do this and that? And he said, well, I'm going to tell you this. He said, she was moping and everything. And so he said, he just like, what's wrong? What's wrong?
And she kept on.
And he said she kept. So one day he just hit her. And he said, then she perked up. But then I thought about something when we were kids growing up. And sometimes when we would be like crying and so, and sometimes, our parents would say, you keep doing this and that, I'm gonna give you something to cry about and pop you. And so I think that I saw that when he said that.
That's right.
And I said, I get how that could be something from childhood and you got it confused.
That's right.
Because that's not how it's supposed to be, but that's what you know.
That's right.
And
that's
know.
That's right. You got it.
And at some point, many of us learn.
It's called self-abusiveness.
Right. And at some point, many of us learn, okay, that's not cool.
Right.
You don't do that.
Right.
But some people, for whatever reasons, it carries on.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, well,
you getting it.
Yeah.
And then my next book is going to tell the whole thing, because it's a deep psychological thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that excuse me. Oh, excuse me. It's a deep psychological thing that went back and forth. It went back and forth. You teach people how to treat you.
Yes.
And that's what happened with Ike. And then it was turned against him.
And I want to say, too, not defending abuse or dysfunctional or toxic relationships, but this happens across the board. I don't care what community you're from. It's not a black thing, or it's not some black trauma. It happens in every yes.
That's right.
And so that's what that relationship was about. It was toxic.
Right.
And sometimes you find yourself with people who bring out the absolute worst in you.
Yes.
And you need to get away from these people. You need to realize,
yes, you do.
I never used to, I would never do that to such and such, but
Yes.
this person used to take me there, and you need to think about, okay, do I need to be with this person?
Well, you know what?
How in the world?
I know somebody like that now,
Mm.
and it's like when I say I'm happy, it's like they got to create a bunch of drama.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just simple as that, and I'm just gonna say that little bit right there, because we know we
Okay.
all know who we talking about, don't we? Okay, but the point is that when you evaluate, people, you have to. We don't take time to get to know people. We just jump into stuff and say, "You my friend, I'm your friend, and I like you, and you like me," and that.
I get you.
We just don't take. Guess what? And then you look up, you in a world of trouble, baby. And I thank my father for this. I have never been in a relationship with a man, friend, or intimate, that was abusive. Never. And my friends, they'd let me go on and sing. They wouldn't be bothered about who was I talking to. They wasn't bothered about this, because that was not my calling to be answering all them kind of stupid questions.
I get what you mean, because I have friends like that. I don't talk to them about particular things because they don't want to hear about that.
No. And not only that, I'm still focused. I'm still focused on my creativity.
Yeah.
And as long as I live, I guess I'll just be focused on my creativity, because that's what gives me joy.
Yes. I understand you
That's
completely.
Yeah, that's what gives me joy. Now, if I meet someone, and I have to say this, if I meet someone, he going to understand that my joy is this music. My joy is my creativity. My joy, and I mean, how can I look at you and say, you don't make me happy? Guess what? That ain't your job. I'm supposed to make myself happy.
Please say it again.
That's what I'm supposed to make myself happy.
Yes. People do not understand that.
Yeah, well, I do.
I mean, a lot of people don't. I know you know
and
that.
if you don't come worry
Right.
me.
They don't understand that.
Don't come bother
They're
me.
looking something outside of them to make them happy.
Right.
But it has to come from within.
Within. That's right. It most certainly does, honey. So how did we get on all this? Guess what? You ain't even got this book yet. We're going to have.
But you know what?
What?
We've touched on many
Oh,
things.
did we? Okay.
But
go ahead.
but the people will have to buy it to get all these great deep things that are happening here.
Man, yes.
Because if I tell too much, we're gonna really be into this. But I want to say too that, let me see. Well, you traveled to Europe. You worked in Europe, and you said that you found your niche over there.
Paris.
And there are so many things in here, folks, that I am intentionally skipping over. I am. And then there are a few things here where I want to talk about where we ran through the civil rights era, and then you also traveled to South Africa to work. And you were talking about your different experiences as working in South Africa. Actually, your experiences working outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
That's something that stood out to me.
Yeah, I found my niche in Paris. I love Paris, France. If I hadn't had to come back and take care of my mom, I would have still been there. In fact, I even gave her trips. I took her everywhere. That's a glorious feeling that I have, that I did not spare her. I did not spare the, what did they say, spare the rod, spoil the child. I took her everywhere with me to make sure that she saw something because of what she had given me. what she had given me and what she done for me and what she sacrificed for me. You know, hey.
It's okay. Oh, I understand. I understand because you had an opportunity to do that for your mom, and a lot of us don't get opportunities to do that for our mom while they're still with us. But you and your mom, y'all had a wonderful.
Baby, we was like Bonnie and Clyde. You hear me?
Yes.
She was Bonnie sometime, and I was Clyde sometime. We just got confused, but we wasn't. No joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I took her to Paris, and I wanted her to go up in the Eiffel Tower, right? Mama stood there. She said, I said, what's the matter, Mama? She said, that sure was a long way up, but it'd be a short way down, won't it?
Yeah, and I thought that was great where I saw you brought your mom on so many different trips and just having the opportunity to come back and forth and share all those things.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention.
That's okay.
Yeah, that even at there a time where Ike actually came and he stayed with you and your mom.
Yeah.
In Inglewood, y'all.
Yeah. David Ruffin too.
Oh.
David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks.
Okay.
They knew nobody would find them over there. You know, they was hiding.
And they knew they're welcome and loved.
And
yeah.
You know what? One of my, and this is the truth, one of my joys is when you trust me. That's one of my joys in life. I am so proud to be trusted. That's I have to say that because you know you don't have that anymore.
Right.
People don't they don't trust people. They and the way the world is now, everybody's just doing some of everything.
Right.
All messed up. And okay, but if I had have stayed in Europe, I would not feel like, and this is the truth. This is the first time I've ever said this.
Okay.
I would not feel like my talent has been wasted. I've never said that out loud. America is so, I don't know. America is like a slavery plantation. What we are taught over here is not to love each other. We're taught greed. We're taught lies. We're taught we're taught everything that's negative that is self-destruction over here. Over there, girl, if you ever get a chance to go, don't come back. Don't come back. My color of my skin was not important there. It was the kind of person I am. It's how do I appreciate their culture? How do I appreciate how they treat me? It was wonderful. When coming back over here, I felt this whip again.
You felt all the restrictions and all of the obstacles. Yeah.
Yes, I did. And my trip to Africa, when they were going through Martin Luther King here, I was oblivious to all that because I could sing. Back to that. Yeah. So I'm treated well.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Racists over here loved me because I could sing. So I'm oblivious to this Martin Luther King thing.
The whole
and
civil
the
rights
Kennedys
era.
all of that.
Yes.
Okay. That's how I was blinded. I'm being straight up honest. I was being blinded because I could sing. I get over to South Africa, girl, let me tell you something. Ooh-wee. We, the promoter that picked us up, took us to me, Jimmy, and the other guys, Ray Crawford, Kenny Dixon, and there was somebody else with us, and Lola, Jimmy's wife. They took us to this house because we're having a meet and greet, and you're wonderful, and blah, 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 right? The first thing I saw that tuned me in to what was going on in America, this woman was walking around with this tray, and she was serving us, right? And I got oh, God, Gail, I got a sick feeling. Every time I looked at her, I got sick, and she was holding her head down.
Okay.
Okay, and she was the color of your thing here.
Okay.
Baby, I finally, I got, you know me, I think this is when I started coming out, being more aggressive and being more vocal and being more, I think it was there. Because I went in the kitchen, I found my way into the kitchen, beautiful house, swimming pool, tennis court. Oh, it was a beautiful gathering. I said, why you keep looking, asked her, why do you keep serving me with your head down? She says, oh no, Mom, no, don't concern yourself. That's what she said. I said, but I am concerned. Why you do that? She said, this is my house they took. Girl, I was through.
I remember.
I was so.
That's in the book, right?
You hear me? It's right. It's in
it's in there. I remember reading that.
Through.
Yeah.
I think my whole being just changed right then. Something. Now here I go. I'm on a vendetta now, right? I started dressing in African clothes, and I go to get a cab, and they drive off. I go back to the desk in the hotel. I said, why did that cab drive off that you called for me? The man says, well, I do say I think he probably thought you was a black South African. Girl, here we go again. Here we go again. I said, whoa. I demand that you call the cab company and you fire that cab company. I will protest. Even now, I get upset. Even now, I get upset.
That had to be really an experience.
Baby. And then I started going, because it's dawning on me what's going on now. And I'm relating back to the United States. Girl, all of this. So I get on the bus. I'm on a vendetta now. I get on the white-only bus. Girl, let me tell you something. The man told me, the bus driver, he says, we do not allow black South Africans on this bus. Girl, I went in my pocketbook, and I said, this is my passport. I said, which means I'm black American, which means I'm an honorary white over here. And set my big butt down. Hear me? And then got behind him. I said, 'tis a lovely day, 'tisn't it? Okay. He was red, and he was all kind of colors. You hear me? Girl, oh, man. You hear me? Oh, my God. I went into the, you take pictures, right? Go into the Photoshop to come and get your pictures, right? And he says to me, the guy at the store, he says, what do you think about South Africa? I said, you don't want to know. Can I get my pictures, please? Can I please get my pictures? He says, no, I really want to know what you think about South Africa. I said, please, I just want to get my pictures. I couldn't even look at him.
Wow.
And he says, okay, I'll get your pictures, but, we like to know what Americans think about us. You know what I told him? I said, you don't want to know what I think, because you will if I had lived here, you send me home in a box. You know what he told me? We most certainly would.
Yes, I read when you said that.
Yes, he said that. He said, oh, we most certainly would. I never will forget that. That was my eye opener about what we go through and what I'd been going through and didn't know it.
Didn't realize it.
Didn't realize it.
Wow.
And now I'm just full fledged gung ho. And I tell the truth. I don't. I'm not. A lot of people think that. Let me say this to you. Do you know that I have, for all the accolades that I've been, do you know I've never been honored by myself? Not one time. It's always been me and somebody else, and me
or
and
a
somebody
group,
else.
and
A group, never. And this year, I'm putting that out there because I know my worth, I know my value, and it's about time. You understand? I'll be 80 next year. I know I don't look like it.
No, you look absolutely fabulous.
But I'll be 80 next year, and somebody better do something for me. I've been a wonderful person, and I've told the line. You hear me? I have told the line, and I have helped so many other people to discover and find themselves and find their worth. And I've helped people that turned around and just smacked me across the face, but it's okay because when you are blessed, then you can be a blessing, and that's the way I live my life. And I guess that's the reason why I don't look old and tired. And because
and there's something else that you said a way back is joy. You're doing something that brings you joy.
Yes.
And if you don't have joy, you don't even understand what joy is, then I really feel for you. I do.
Oh man,
because it keeps you, it gets you. Yes.
I do that. Like if I have a girlfriend in LA. She said, "Be happy on purpose."
Oh yes, and I think I've heard you talk about being happy, and I've heard other entertainers talk about it too. I think it was Jennifer Lewis who said, "Be happy on the way to being happy."
That's right. Guess what? That's right. Guess what? You coming around me with something depressing, I'm gone. I am your baby.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gone. I went.
You have to just
because I just can't. I can't focus. My spirit. My spirit. I have an uplifting spirit, and if you don't have that uplifting spirit,
right,
then that means you want to take me down, and I'm not going.
Yeah. Well, that's actually very true. Yeah. Because if somebody's telling you a sad story, if you have any empathy for them, your whole demeanor, everything is going to start changing without you realizing it. Just hearing it,
that's right,
it's going to change some things.
That's right. Did you hear that, Atlanta? You know what? And I just can't. I can't listen. I can't listen to that.
No.
I can't listen to anything just depressed over and over again. I can't do it because the fact I know how I am, and I'm not into having a headache. You know, I've never had a headache hardly. I'm telling you, I can't remember the last time I had a headache.
Yeah, I don't have them very much either.
No.
And it's a lot about what you're saying. Just you can't concern yourself with all of these things.
That's right.
You just can't. You have to know the things that you have time to, take time to think about particular things.
What,
or
Gail, right now where I am is I'm focused on getting this CD, country CD, this book, and this life story document. I sent you the trailer. Right.
Yes.
That's why.
Absolutely.
If you can't help me with that, leave me alone.
I remember we had that conversation, and like the most important things in your life is getting on the country music charts. Yes. And getting that movie out, the documentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the book. Yeah.
But I do want to see. I want to see that autobiography, where you talk about you and not talk about helping somebody try to You tried. You tried. I'm telling you, when you read this book, Freebase Ain't Free, you will see where Holly really, really tried. She was there for Ike Turner. She became his right hand person.
Yes.
So you guys, it's a wonderful read, easy to read. You won't want to put it down. You're gonna always be looking for what's next.
Yeah, they're asking me about part 2 now.
Yeah.
And guess what? Well, I'm not going into part 2. I'm going into all the parts.
Okay.
With that last book, I'm doing
Yeah.
all the parts. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we'll stop here,
Okay.
everybody, to be
Great.
continued because we definitely will be waiting for the movie.
Yes.
And what's the movie going to be called?
All kinds of rape from
Oh, it's
opera
gonna
to the
be-
blues.
okay.
The same as the book.
Same as the book.
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you
Yep.
you so
And don't
much.
forget PayPal. PayPal.
Oh yes, that's right.
PayPal.
Where you can pick the book.
Freebase Ain't Free.
Mm-hmm.
PayPal.me/Freebase Ain't Free.
And when I post it, I'll make sure I put that in there.
Okay. Yeah.
And here's what the cover looks like. Because I held up my book, but it has all these posters on it. But this is it's a beautiful cover. So,
Yeah.
all right.
And they're my ride or die, y'all.
Yeah, that's definitely this definitely gives me a portrait of someone that we had no clue.
I
And
know.
that's what happens when you only hear one side of the story.
Right.
When,
Yeah.
and you know what happens when Hollywood gets their hands on anything.
Yeah, they gonna sensationalize it
Exactly.
and make it. And I got to say this. He did not rape Tina. They put that in the movie to bury him. That's all I got to say. I have to say that.
No, I know we said we're closing the show. Boy,
Yeah, right,
I want to
but I
go
had
on.
that.
I want to go on and say something else. But I think we just going to close the
We
show.
gonna close the show. Did I close it, y'all? Did we close it?
Yes, you did. With a huge cliffhanger. Okay, everybody.
Thank you, Gail, so
Oh,
much.
my goodness.
Thank you for
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Oh,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it. I really do. And God bless you.
Thank you so much. And I was so worried. I'm like, oh my goodness. I read this book. I went back and went over. And then when we get here, I realized we can't talk about that book like that. People got to get out here and buy this book. But we had
Yeah.
great conversation, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. I'm so happy to meet you and everybody. When Holly called me, she said she left her message and she told me who she is, and she said, I'm Legendary Holle Thee Maxwell,
Yeah.
vocalist. And I said, listen to this lady.
Yeah.
Now, I wish I could play it. I remember too, and really people, I am going to close the show, but I remember too, you mentioned in the book that entertainers don't think enough of their talents.
Yes.
They don't value their talents enough.
Right.
And that may have something to do with the U.S. and how we're treated here.
Yeah.
How we think of ourselves. But I remember you said that.
Yeah.
But listening to that voicemail, you definitely have the thing that you need to have in this business. You believe in yourself at no matter what,
Yeah. You're right.
and stay focused.
You're right. And I stay focused. You're absolutely right.
Right.
That's one of the main keys. Believe in yourself, stay focused, and don't let nothing turn you around. Nothing. Because only you can stop yourself.
Absolutely.
Simple
That's
as that.
very, very true. Okay, everybody, that's it for the Shy Panther and Friends show. Please follow us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. The name is the same, Shy Panther and Friends show. And follow us, share, and that way you'll stay tuned. We have a ton of amazing artists coming on, so you don't want to miss a thing. And until next time, God bless, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.